selection of the draft. The Flyers are proud to select from St. Petersburg in the KHL, Matvei Michkov.
Michkov is here in Philadelphia for his rookie season, and I am all for it. But just how good is this potential Russian superstar going to become? Why, as myself as an NHL scout, do I believe this guy is the next Russian superstar for the NHL? And what are some of the flaws I believe could potentially hold back this potential star? Find out all in this video.
I am.
But before we get into it, let's talk about the stick giveaway I'm doing this week. We're going to be giving away a brand new Bauer Nexus Tracer, one of Bauer's latest and lightest sticks they're adding to their collection. The Bauer Nexus Tracer is lightweight and has a great release. So wait all the way until the end of the video so you can find out how you can win this brand new stick. So first, let's dive into a little bit of history of Matvei Michkov as we break down the past couple years of Michkov's career. And around the fall of 2021, Michkov was considered to contend for the first overall selection with Connor Bedard for the 2023 draft, especially when he showed up for the canceled U20 World Juniors and single-handedly was the best player on which is typically a stacked Russian team as a 16-year-old. Even some scouts thought Michkov was equal or not far behind Connor Bedard, posting 3 goals in 2 games, where we saw Bedard post 4 goals and 1 assist in just 2 games. Thus, COVID hits and the whole tournament is cancelled.
Go home and stay home.
Proceeding after, Russia is then banned a couple months later in February 2022 from all IIHF tournaments due to the war. Then we didn't hear much of Michkov or anything going on in Russian hockey whatsoever. But Michkov continued to do his thing, dominating the MHL in 2021 and 2022 with 22 goals and 16 assists for 38 points in just 22 games. Pretty good for a 16-year-old. Following a COVID-struck year, we then see Michkov continue to repeat to produce at a high level in 2022 and 2023 season, being loaned to HK Sochi and putting up 27 points in 27 games for a +1 and receiving an average of 13.20 of ice time. Then in 2023-2024, Michkov follows this back up with HK Sochi, where he posts 41 points in 47 games, having an average of 16.09 and seeing a higher amount of power play time. So now that we have a little bit of history about Michkov, let's talk about some of Michkov's strengths. Michkov would be described as an elite puck handler with high offensive IQ. Where when you watch Michkov's game, his playmaking ability is just as great as his scoring ability. He doesn't necessarily have the hardest shot. Similar to Jason Robertson, he's able to use a quick release off the stick in opportune situations. Michkov also has a great ability to play shots through the seams of goaltenders and connect to one-timers from strong passes. Another huge aspect of Michkov's game is his deception when playmaking. He really forces the opponent to play him for the shot. He uses his shot to bring in the defender and find open lanes for a creative pass. When you actually watch Michkov, he's got a real low center of gravity and a short stick. This short stick almost gives the puck on a string feel, as he always seems to be closely connected to the puck. In terms of skating, you can also see the evolution of Michkov's edge work from a couple years ago, where he really opts towards the use of the mohawk on his forehand side, giving an elusive look and ability to see both teammates in front and from behind. This is something you often see in a Russian player dominating the NHL currently in Kirill Kaprizov. The use of the mohawk not only creates increased vision for Michkov, but he uses it to generate speed in the offensive zone. Michkov's offensive game is quite the package, as he's not only got great handles and deking ability, but his hand-eye allows smooth passes on breakouts. You can even see in this clip here, he makes a strong pass which turns into a goal. The last thing that stands out the most, though, is where he scores his goals. A lot of the goals he scores are in real tight and close. Let's even look at the graph. As we break down the graph, basically everything is scored net front, so this guy is not afraid to go towards the front of the net. Even when we bring up the heat map and take a look at his offensive pressure, It's just all over, net front. He loves getting to the dirty areas. His defensive game definitely does need some work though, absolutely. But there is a little bit of promise. He could easily develop his defensive game based off his offensive attributes that he already shows. If you watch his short stick here in the clip, he is great on board battles. He doesn't shy away from the dirty areas, and his low center of gravity and edge work can definitely help out his puck stealing abilities. One thing I do love out of his game offensively that can easily be transferred defensively is his great bent over posture. He's always bent over in the offensive zone, looking for passes, looking for plays, in the best area to attack in the offensive zone. Now, if he can translate this intuition and effort defensively, instead of looking like Ovi on the back check, it'll definitely pay dividends in the long run for his defensive game. Now let's dive even deeper and take a little bit of look into some of the deeper analytics. The Corsi, the expected goals per 60, the fun stuff. In Michkov's first season with Sochi in 2022-2023, he saw an average Corsi of 47.37% and average goals per 60 of 1.45. In his second season with Sochi in 2023-2024, he saw an average Corsi of 42.61% and an average goals per 60 of 1.47. Well, what does this all mean exactly? Michkov's game clearly needs some work defensively. Absolutely, there's no question about it. But his ability to produce offensively has a major upside, finishing in the top 15 in points per game in the KHL this past season. Well, then you're like, it's just the KHL, man. It's basically the AHL. Well, to be honest, the last player to do this is Kirill Kaprizov, where he posted 42 points in 49 games on an even stronger team. That's it. That's the only guy. Let's even compare Kirill Kaprizov's advanced analytics from the past season, as he had an average Corsi of 41.37% and a goals per 60 average of 1.71. So, the least we can say is Michkov isn't too far away from achieving similar numbers. Seeing if he can raise his defensive game, it'll help his Corsi, his overall bottom line, and overall player production. Lastly, let's break down Michkov's biggest issue, his attitude. No surprise. Now, most of the stuff you've heard in the news or around the league is just hearsay, and it's unsure whether there's actually any truth behind some of these claims, and no Russian players have actually been properly named or quoted on the record of saying such things. But it is known that Michkov did refuse to meet with multiple GMs prior to the draft and would not talk to any teams coming to watch him in the season prior to his draft. So, does he really have an attitude issue? Who knows, really. Personally, in my opinion, I think there is a bit of an ego issue there, but I think with Danny Briere and the culture he's creating in Philadelphia, he'll be on the right track. As we can see in the video, it's already evident, though, that Philadelphia is taking a very hands-on approach, especially early in the season. Tons of videos, tons of news coming out and stuff like that, and tons of behind-the-scenes content. So, I think we're starting out well here. Now, let's break down some comparables. We have Kirill Kaprizov, whose rookie season saw him put up 51 points in 55 games, and we have a lot of similarities in the edge work and almost identical numbers throughout his years in Russia. Now, do I believe Kirill Kaprizov and Michkov are going to be the same player? Absolutely not. They play two different styles, but I do believe they will have a similar point production at the end of their careers. We also have the former Art Ross winner in Nikita Kucherov, where Michkov doesn't quite possess the same shot power, but he does have some similarities on the half wall and on the power play and playmaking. You can see here in PP1, there's a lot of great deception that Michkov shows, and you love to see this in his early development in his very typical Russian fashion to see him doing some of these things. The last comparable is Ovechkin. Can this guy be the next Ovi? That's what everybody was saying back in 2021. Michkov, next Ovi. No, it's a completely different player. He does not have the same skill set. He doesn't have that same scoring ability, but I think this guy can really take the league by storm this year and have a great rookie season. So where do I project his rookie season? What numbers is he going to have? My projections in an 82-game season is he'll have 20 goals, 42 assists for 62 points, given that he plays a full 82 season. Now, injuries can happen, absolutely, so we'll see. With Michkov's impressive playmaking ability and opportunity for top 6 minutes in Philadelphia, I definitely think this guy's a front runner for the Calder, and don't be surprised if, we see this guy post up 60 or 70 points. And finally, we get the moment that everyone's been waiting for, the brand new Bauer Nexus Tracer giveaway. So, if you want to win the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and you're going to drop a comment in the comment section with your flex and your curve. And in the next video, I'll be announcing the winner. Peace!